So this isn't your typical visit to the dentist. We'll show you a less invasive way to eliminate snoring that's being done by a dentist right here in Connecticut. She's going to join us in a couple of minutes.
You're watching the Fox 61 Morning News. Expect more.
Oh, we all seem to know somebody who has trouble with snoring. And you know how it goes. If you have trouble with snoring, it's not just you that has trouble with snoring. It's everybody around you. But there's also sleep apnea that's associated with snoring, and that's a real danger. I'm happy to have back on the show Dr. Linda Kronick here with some devices that could help you out. Good to see you again, Doctor.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, glad to have you back here. Let's just start by talking about the association between sleep apnea and snoring and just sort of how interrelated they are.
Absolutely. Well, good health, as you know, starts with a good night's rest and good oral health. And snoring and sleep apnea are preventing our entire country from getting all that.
Now, what is snoring and what is sleep apnea? No, physically, how are they related?
Sleep apnea is more of a systemic situation where you're not getting air in your airway. It collapses and you make a noise, snoring, and to open your airway. Snoring is not always a part of sleep apnea. They are separate, but it can be a part.
Okay, so what do we want to deal with first? We want to deal with sort of the causes of snoring and then get into it that way, or?
Yes, snoring is caused by the collapse of the airway, which is something a dentist deals with. Typically, they have opened the airway with a mandibular advancement appliance or a mouth guard, as we all know.
Yes.
Or the CPAP machine, which we have here.
Yep.
But the best thing is nightlays.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking at right now, because that's the latest, the greatest, and the best. You have, well, explain what you have in your hand. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Yeah, we're watching the video. That, by the way, I'm sorry. Now, this is the CPAP machine, so that forces air into your body to try to help the snoring that way.
And the CPAP and the mandibular advancement device work only if and when someone wears them, 70% of the time. The trouble is that people are not getting air 24/7. Nightlays works 24/7 to lift and open the airway.
Okay.
Okay. Opening the collagen in the back of the mouth, and this way we've got an open airway. That's what Nightlays does. Gently, non-invasively.
I almost feel like it's kind of like a facelift for your throat.
It lifts.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it lifts and opens the collagen. I think on that video it showed it very clearly.
Yeah. Okay, so how does this device work?
This is the conduit, and this is exactly what goes in your mouth. It doesn't poke you or gag you, and I point it back there, aiming energy and lifting and opening that airway and getting you that good night's rest.
Because otherwise, just over time, it would sag down and start causing?
Correct. Part of that's genetic and part of that's systemic.
Isn't that interesting? So, if people are interested in this, how can they get in touch with you to figure out
They can definitely email me at laserdentistryllc.com or call my phone number, which 860-889-4967. But Nightlays works. My patients are thrilled. Everyone's getting a good night's rest, and so is the sleep partner.
How many treatments do you need? How long do the treatments last?
It's a series of 3 treatments spaced 21 days apart. They're 20-minute sessions. It doesn't hurt you or gag you. You feel like you've sipped warm coffee.
Really? That's it? And it's permanent at that point? Or well, okay, maybe not permanent, but yes. It doesn't go away as soon as the laser stops working.
No, it lasts anywhere from 4 to 6 months, depending on the patient. A touch-up is required, but it's only one little mini session, and it's great.
And I would think that this is money well spent would be an understatement for some of these people who really have problems with snoring.
Getting a good night's rest is good for everybody, especially the sleep partner, and Nightlays affords that gently and non-invasively.
Yeah. How about insurance? I know we were talking before. It's always a battle to try to get this covered. Where do we stand with that?
We still stand where we're trying to get a code from the American Dental Association. We haven't gotten it yet, but I'm not giving up my fight.
Yeah. That's something you always have to do. Lastly, I imagine, I think I asked you the same question last time we had you in. Do you get more positive feedback from spouses and from partners? Do they come in and say, oh, God, thank you, more so than the people who actually underwent the procedure?
The sleep partners are sending us feedback happily, but the patient, even after the first 20-minute session, says, oh, my God, I feel air back there. I've never felt that. And they cry. They're so happy.
Really? And that's interesting, because I imagine a lot of people they can't appreciate the problem they have with snoring because they're asleep while it's going on, but the sleep apnea.
Correct. There is an 80% reduction in snoring even after the first little session. Okay, well, there you go. If you're interested, maybe this is something for you, and just get in touch with Dr. Kronick. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Glad to have you back. All right, well, still ahead on